This is Juice Boys Podcast. I'm not actually even sure which number we're on here, but you can tell if you're watching video. I'm in the freaking zone today. I got on the shades. I'm ready to go crazy. I'm recording this live on the Tuesday. We normally do Tuesday releases at 10 p.m. I'm here live at 8:32, so upload will probably be a little late, but you're getting the real product in real time. This is it. This is the real deal, big time show right here. Brother is busy today. Nick is busy today. That is okay. The show must go on. I got a few things to get into today. But first off, I wanted to talk about the state of this country currently. Um, and what is going on with the health of individuals. By the way, we are at 381 subscribers, Juice Boys Podcast. It just keeps climbing every day. So grateful. Shout out everybody um that supports us here in this make sure look, man, if you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs thinking I can do this, do it, because here I am on the couch. I got some lights from Amazon. I got a cheap mixer, a decent camera. We're working with a Sony A6400. All right, and do have a good laptop. Do got a good laptop, MacBook Pro M2, upgraded CPU, GPU, I think, something like that. I don't know, dude. I do some editing, music production. Nonetheless, something that needs to be discussed is the comments on these videos. Let's go to This is number 22 we're recording right now. Let's go to number 21. Let's look at the comments here. All right. At TomTom LQ5KV. Congrats to over 25,000 views. Thank you, TomTom. If you want to significantly increase the numbers, you know what to do. Foot emoji, laughing, crying face. What is the matter with you? Can you just congratulate the boys on 25K views? Why do you want the feet, dude? Why does everybody want the feet? You're sick in the head. You're sick in the head. You got to move on. This is what I'm talking about with the state of the union. We got people that are mentally ill out there looking out for feet all day. Whoa. On the freaking internet. Looking for feet all day. Enough with the feet. We got to move on. Here's another one. Listen to this comment. I think this is not a first comer. At Payton Page XZ2SG. What are these names? I'm beginning to think, are these people real? He said, quote, I would like one of you to cut the cheese, parentheses, fart, on the podcast until it stinks really, really bad. Let me read that one more time. I would like one of you to cut the cheese, fart, as if we didn't know what cut the cheese is, on the podcast until it stinks really, really bad. Dude, and I commented back, man, you need Jesus. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with him? Dude, why do you want us to fart live on the podcast so bad? Why do you want us to fart on the show so freaking bad? It's such a... You don't think... You're not sitting there in your room typing that out thinking to yourself like, that's a little weird. You're not thinking to yourself at all that that might be a strange comment? You know, don't you have some dignity? TomTom. Oh, that wasn't TomTom. Here's a Lena Lauren 6784 at Lena Lauren 6784. Topic for the podcast: have you ever given or gotten a wedgie? If so, what's the story? You tune into this podcast every week and you want to hear a wedgie story? Where did you get wedgied in high school or middle school or something? Were you bullied and now you want the wedgie? Or are you just fascinated by wedgies? Are wedgies even that funny? I mean, like they're funny when you see them. But I don't know. Wedgie story? No, I never been wedgied. I never got a wedgie. This isn't freaking 1976. Nobody does wedgies anymore. That's like asking me, have you ever gotten a freaking swirly? My head dunked in the toilet in high school, like bullied. Like what? Bro, no. No one's doing that anymore. No one's doing that shit anymore. Bullying is all on the internet. Everybody knows that. No one's bullying in person anymore. All the kids, they go home and then they bully each other to suicide on the internet. That's bullying now. Everybody knows that. No one's doing that. But the comments are strange. But I love our fans. Um, I would love, to have some normal fans, but I think they're there. You know, I don't know actually. All the comments are so strange, but regardless, thank you guys so much. Subscribers keep on climbing. Juice Boys podcast again at 381 at Juice Boys on YouTube. We got 24 videos so far, so it says, but this is number 22. Doesn't make any sense. Um, doesn't make much sense at all. So, breaking news today. Uh, Diddy's freak off. So P Diddy's gone. P Diddy, they finally got him in New York, with a place where it all started. It's funny how it comes around full circle. Um, so Diddy was arrested and sent to court on today, 9/17, on allegations of sex trafficking, and he was denied bail, of course. His lawyer insists that he's innocent, but there's something about this article and this story that is a little more fun than just being arrested and sex trafficking. Um, where's the bright side to this? We love Diddy to an extent. You know, I uh, like I was at the gym the other day. I was listening to some Biggie Smalls. Just never gets old. And you got Diddy in the background of those tracks and like, doing ad libs and shit. And it's like everything he says now is like you realize, damn, that's pretty fucking questionable. It's pretty questionable what he did in that song, dude. He's just in the background of songs being like, yeah, like, I don't even know. It just sounds pretty like sus. Just very like, but I guess at the time everyone was just like, that's Diddy. But here's the headline to this. Here we go. Diddy arrested, right? Diddy arrested. Diddy arrest. Seized freak off supplies. Allegedly include over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. 1,000 bottles. First of all, I would thought it would be more. 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Let's get into this one. So, alleged required freak off supplies are mentioned in the newly unreleased indictment against Diddy. The Bad Boy Records founder was arrested in New York on Monday and has since been revealed to have been charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. This is pretty actually nuts. I gotta zoom in on this. I can't read a fucking thing. The accompanying docs available to full here via NBC News. I don't know if that's reliable. Detail the allegations against the 54-year-old artist and longtime industry mogul. Of note are several mentions of alleged freak offs. Freak offs, phrase that should be familiar to those who have been following the lawsuits and allegations against Diddy over the past year. So let's backtrack here for a second. What do we know about Diddy and the whole situation, right? We know Diddy's always been freaky, right? There's always been those rumors like Diddy throws these Diddy parties. You got to go to a Diddy party. And we're like, damn, probably Diddy party's crazy. People getting drunk and whatever the hell. Yes, those things are true. But apparently, when the clock struck, well, not apparently. I mean, enough with that. with the allegations, allegedly sex trafficking and all this shit. Shut up. Shut up. We know it's happening. We know what's going on here with the Diddy. All right? We know the deal. We know Diddy's the diddler. There's no there's no way around this anymore. So Diddy's diddling at these parties, and people start doing the Me Too thing, but for Diddy. They start saying I was at the party and Diddy was diddling me, and Diddy was diddling men. And all the jokes were like, you bring a girl to the party and someone's like, yo, like, you, like, look out for something, and then they're like, oh, for my girl, and they're like, nah, bro, for you, because Diddy was diddling the men, the Diddy diddler. Um, there's all these weird videos with him and Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber's uncomfortable. Who knows what he did to Jay Biebs, Usher too. And the list just keeps going on. And here's my theory about the diddler, the Diddy diddler. I think Diddy was the Epstein for Hollywood. Bear with me here. If you ever watch the movie, the biopic about the Notorious B.I.G. in that movie, and the way they portray Diddy in that movie is the guy that just like has to have it. He's fucking Diddy, dude. He's insane. Everybody knows he's insane. Like, gotta get after it. Gotta be the man. So I think that he just wants more power, more money, more power, more money. He's super power hungry. And I think he got to this point in Hollywood where the intelligence agency, maybe the CIA, maybe something else, I don't know, came to Diddy and said, Diddy, seems like you've reached the pinnacle of this music thing and this movie thing too. He was in movies, all this shit, the Ciroc, investing, all this shit. Diddy, we know you want more. All right, dude? What we're going to need you to do is blackmail Hollywood celebrities for us. Diddy's fucking game, dude. He's game right away because he just wants more power and more money, and they probably offered him a fuck ton of money, a shit ton of just like power in something new now. Because that's the roadmap. Once you do the bullshit, the music, woo, music, it's like goes music industry, movies, and then like governance. Something like you're a mogul, investing, all this shit, and then someone approaches you, and then you start dealing the governmental hand. We're seeing Taylor Swift do it right now. She's starting to get involved a little bit, speak her mind a little bit. Someone's, God, these motherfuckers are in it for the money. Don't get it twisted. They don't give a shit about us. She's a billionaire. Do you think she cares about how much fucking gas costs? She's a billionaire. She's a damn billion. She doesn't give a damn shit. She makes so much money, she doesn't even know what the hell to do with herself. This woman. It's the same thing with Diddy. This guy did so well on base level existence that he had to go into the secret societies of the fucking who even knows what goes on, but it exists. If you're sitting there right now and going, oh, that's a load of BS. Secret societies, that's so freaking silly. Dude, you're gonna fucking, oh my God. I was gonna say you're gonna die an idiot. Why didn't I just say it? Yeah, you're gonna die a dumbass. You're gonna die in your bed. You're gonna be laying in your deathbed and be like, the world was perfect and nobody ever did anything wrong and there was no secret society. Bro, you can look it up. It's on Skull and Bones, on Wikipedia. Like, bro, do your research. It's there. It's not that they don't exist. It's a matter of how much of a hand do they play in the world. How much of a hand do they have in everyday life? Everyday life, actually, probably not a lot. But over time, things begin to get weird. Right. So back to fucking Diddy the Diddler. He definitely took the deal, and then he started freaking off even more. He was already a freak. They're like, this guy's perfect. He's a freaking freak. He loves freak offs, doing his thing, throwing Diddy parties. He had the house. When they raided his house, they had the cameras, they had the tapes, all the shit, like the same thing they did with Epstein. When they raided the Epstein building and all of his homes and shit, cameras in the fucking walls, videotapes, CDs going back. Then, just countless numbers of things that who knows where they are now, who knows who has them. They just get, we're gonna forget about it. Just gonna forget about it. So Diddy's freaking off. What is he doing with all that oil? And like, where was he rated with all that? Like, what 1,000 bottles of oil? First of all, one drop of baby oil goes such a long way. If you ever just dealt with baby oil, just in any situation, you know that shit just gets everywhere. 1,000 bottles, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. If you have 1,000 bottles of baby oil, you are filling up a kiddie pool with that. No doubt in my mind. You don't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil for a rainy day. That's a one that's a one-time use. You're twisting the top off those and you're filling up some sort of inflatable pool on like some old school in the basement shit. You know, the movie Old School, and they have the kiddie pool. I think it's full of like petroleum. I don't know, some jelly. Same idea though. Same shit. That's not for, yeah, like a rainy day. There's no way. Baby oil for a rainy day? Get the hell out of here, dude. 1,000 bottles? Get the hell out of here. These freak offs. Like, to be a fly on the wall during these freak offs, like, look, man, I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to see nothing scarring, but like, it's just you hear the freak off, and you're just like, like what's going on there? What's going on in the freak off in Diddy land? So he's gone, man. This is it. This is the end of an era, dude. I mean, freak off supplies and Diddy raids. I mean, it's unbelievable how things just keep piling on. Um, so in Tuesday's unreleased indictment, these freak offs are described as being made possible through threats of force and coercion, allegedly on Diddy's part and others. Alleged victims are said to have been subjected to extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers, per the indictment. Furthermore, controlled substances are alleged to have been given to victims in part to keep them obedient and compliant. It's an operation. It it has to be. I, because at the level at which he's, let me get serious here for a second. You have to put on your thinking cap for a second. If he was just throwing regular ass parties and like this is how his parties always went, and a lot of people got treated like this, he would have been outed like decades ago. Like this would have been an issue of much a long time ago. But because it's just being talked about now, it's not because like, oh, it's lining up with the Me Too movement and all this stuff. First of all, that Me Too movement was like a few years ago. So this is like rarely, kind of new. This is like, it has to be blackmail because nobody said anything for so long and nothing happened to him for so long, and this case was being worked on for so long because they know if they say something, there's implications to what they say and their actions. That's the whole point of blackmail, is that you can't say anything because they have this embarrassing tape of me or photo of me, and if I say something, they're going to release it, and now I'm fucked. So now I got to do whatever he says, and I got to keep going to the freak-offs. And I got to keep going to the freak-offs. Imagine you're freaking, like, you're just trying to live your life, and you're like, fuck, dude, every day. Imagine waking up every day, and you're like, fuck, dude, P. Diddy has a picture of my penis. God damn it, dude. That's fucking brutal. That's so brutal. You wake up, you're like, dude, today might be the day that P. Diddy releases my junk. Fuck, shit, damn it. You never know. Living life on the edge, dude. P. Diddy might release my penis. Diddy P. Diddy. Penis. It all makes sense. It's all coming together. You just gotta put on your thinking cap once in a while, ladies and gentlemen. I can't always do it for everybody. It's exhausting. I live a life. I got a job. I got work tomorrow. Here I am. What time is it? 8:51. And I'm freaking doing the pod for my people, trying to figure it out, putting on the thinking cap. So Diddy the Diddler, he's gone. But you know, what does he say in the songs? He's always like um I don't know. He said something like it's never over. I don't know, dude. It's never over. It's never over. Here's the thing, man. You can't deny the music. That's the most important thing to note here about P. Diddy before we let him go. It's important to note that you can't deny the music of the Diddler. I never want to forget just how great P. Diddy is when it comes to the music. I mean, he made so many fantastic records. It's just nonstop, man. P. Diddy, um, we love you very much, and I hope he doesn't die suddenly in jail or something. That'd be nice for him to actually live out a full sentence, unlike Jeffrey Epstein. Remember that guy? Do you guys remember Jeffrey Epstein, uh the Mossad agent who ran a whole Mossad operation? I feel like I'm about to get fucking sniped through the glass right now. I have no idea how anybody does this every day, talking about shit like this. I feel like I'm literally about to get shot through the glass. Jeffrey Epstein, the Mossad agent who ran the whole child sex operation and blackmailing operation on U.S. politicians and prominent figures all over the world, that died in jail suddenly by killing himself. And when asked for video footage, the cameras malfunctioned, and the two guards that were supposed to watch him and switch, I think, every like 30 minutes, both fell asleep on the job suddenly, or they just weren't there or something. Huh. 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 No, it's not suspicious at all. Not suspicious at all. No way. So let's hope, let's pray for Diddy. Pray for Diddy, man. Hopefully this doesn't happen to him, you know. But we're moving forward now. The election's heating up, and these are the kind of things that need to be talked about in this time, in this very political time. Because it shows the current state of America. It just shows where we're at right now mentally, and it's just we're on the decline. We are on the fucking decline. And as I'm sitting here today, former President Donald Trump was not shot at again. See how I gotta like jump? He wasn't shot at again, but he was playing some golf. I think he was on the fourth hole, fifth hole, whatever the case might be. And the CIA agents, the Secret Service, they found a man sitting in the bushes with an AK-47 and a GoPro. Let me pull up this article here. Let's get this one up. I need a producer here. So I got this one from Snopes. I'm going to start citing the articles here. So, second would-be Trump assassin didn't appear in the BlackRock commercial. That's what's important to note here. So when this happened, right, this guy was in the bushes with the AK-47, and everyone starts, getting on X and all this shit, and all the outlets talking about trying to find out who this guy is. And what's good this time around is that they were able to arrest him at least. So, everybody started saying that this guy was in a BlackRock ad. Snopes says that he wasn't. And here's the implications with the BlackRock thing, because the first person that tried to assassinate the president was that young man, Timothy Chalamet, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Timothy, I don't know, dude. I don't care about his name. He's a disgrace. Timothy Chalamet tried to kill the president with the AR-15 on the very, very, very sloped roof. If you actually look at the roof, very dangerous. I don't know how he was prone on it, honestly. It blows my mind. But that kid was in a BlackRock commercial. So if you don't know what BlackRock is a big you know, what the fuck do they do? Nothing. They're like an investment company. I don't know, dude. They're just like one of those like vague. You ever like you ever just meet like one of those just those finance bros and you're like, what do you do? And like they just go banking. They're like, oh, I'm in banking. Like, okay. Yeah, like what the fuck does that mean? What do you do? What do you do in the banking? And they're like, oh, well, money comes in, money goes out. Some people need the money, some people put the money away, and it's all on the computer. And it's the money, the bank. Yeah, yeah. What do you do in the banking? Well, the money comes in. We see the money. We make sure that the money's there. Are you like a bank teller? Oh, are you? What the fuck? Anyway, it just the finance bros, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's all these vague. Everybody's got vague jobs. This country's founded. It. Oh man, I'm having a light bulb moment right now. The country's right now solely based on vague jobs. Everybody's got like these fatty jobs. You ask like a young woman what she's going to school for, what she graduated with, and she's like, "Oh, I graduated in marketing." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like, what do you do now?" "Oh, I work for Pepsi. I'm in like the marketing and like it's like I'm in like the marketing consultings and firm of the soda on Wednesday." I don't even like I can't even give you an example. It's like associate salesman of the marketing director bullshit spinning on a rope 80 grand a year. Like starting off. I'm like, yo, there's so much fat in these companies. And like that just like bullshit jobs that's gonna be replaceable by AI like that. Like a freaking boom. Blink of an eye, people are gonna be out of a job like no tomorrow, dude. Like a boom. Next thing you know, fucking everybody's fired because AI can do your fucking nothing job. Your job of marketing director, agent who does the talks to the people to make sure that they get the fucking LaCroix sodas on the shoot to make sure that the client is happy with the shot of the thing of the soda on the counter with the sweat running down it and the mist. But the person, I used to work in film production. The we'd be shooting whatever the hell. We'd be shooting a bottle of Pepsi, for example, and they'd have someone in the art department making $200 a day with a and they stand there for 12 to 15 hours. Oh, in one day, 12 to 15 hours on because they have to get there early and then they have to wrap all their shit up and they're there whatever, 12 to 15 hours standing there with a mist bottle just spraying the Pepsi. That's their job. That's their job. Excuse me, Tiffany, can you come over here and spray the Pepsi? Yeah, we need it more wet. Yeah, get the Pepsi more wet. Okay, but hurry up though. Okay, yeah, give it like 2 spritzes right there on the Pepsi. Good. All right, awesome. Just stay right there in case we need. What do you think? Do you think that's enough mist on the Pepsi? We need Tiff a few more spritzes. Try to get it. You know what? Can we have somebody else do Tiff? You're fired. Can we have somebody else do this? You're a little too slow. And next thing you know, you're out of a job just like that. Tiffany was fired because she wasn't good at spraying them. Bull. God damn it. Do it in post. Do it in post. Do it in post editing. Hello? 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 Artificial intelligence. Hello? Fucking editing. Gosh darn it, dude. People are fucking gurus on this thing, on these computers. You think they can't put a fucking few water droplets down the Pepsi? Enough of this shit. Commercials used to blow my mind, dude. I'd be on the background of these sets sitting there. I'm like, holy shit. we are all fucking replaceable by tomorrow if we really want it to be. If if you were doing a commercial for fucking Polish Spring and it's like some guy taking a this is, oh, look at this commercial. Ready? It's a young strapping man with the backpack and he's hiking through the stream and he's at the stream of the flowing water and it's so fresh and clear and blue, beautiful water, and he looks a little exhausted, you know, but he's not too exhausted. He still looks good. Hair's nice, all that stuff. Like just somehow having the perfect hike. Weather's nice. He glares up at the sun. He's like, whoa. And he has the the Polar Spring bottle, but it's empty. And then he just dips it into the Polar Spring fucking river that you see on the cover, and he just drinks that shit right out of the bottle. A-OK. Polar Spring. Yeah. Guess what? That's a fucking. Well, let's see. We need to be in the woods. We gotta have all this shit, safety things. We're in the woods. Gotta watch out for bears. Da 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 da. This, that, and the other. What's the budget? What do we need for that commercial? Probably 500,000, easy. Probably over 500,000, honestly. I don't know. Seems like a remote location. We have to do lodging for all the cast and crew. Um, getting all the equipment there. Overtime. Oh my gosh, dude. We'd probably use one of those fucking big cranes with the camera on it. Yeah, we're looking at well over 500,000, I think. Well, you know, easy for this shoot. Yeah, that whole thing could be done through AI. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'll give it 5 more years, honestly. I'm being a little too harsh because I'm like, this is gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. BlackRock. That's right. So, who knows what BlackRock does? They're like a holding company. I don't know. They fucking buy land and shit and they buy all the homes, and that's why middle class Americans can't buy homes right now because BlackRock keeps buying all the homes and then try to resell it, or they just hold on to it as the value goes up because they're just a giant fucking nothing, a waste. So on September 15th, 2024, an armed man got within 400 yards of former US President, Donald Trump, as he golfed before Secret Service agents spotted the suspect and eventually captured him. Following the second apparent attempt, assassination in less than 3 months on Trump, online rumors about the subject traveled far and wide. One such rumor was that the suspect, Ryan Ruth, appeared in a BlackRock commercial. This rumor references the fact that Thomas Crooks, Timothy Chalamet, who fired at and hit Trump during a July 2024 rally in Pennsylvania, did indeed appear in a commercial for BlackRock. So Thomas Crooks did appear in a commercial. The investment company, that's what they call it, investment company. That's what I mean. They just fucking have so much money and they invest and sus. They just got a hand in everything. So the claim that a second would-be assassin had this same biographical background social media post claimed left zero chance of confidence. So Snopes is saying that he wasn't in it. So video shared in support of this claim appear to genuinely show Ruth briefly, but the video has no connection whatsoever to BlackRock. This video was made on behalf of Ukraine's Azov Battalion. So there's some sort of connection to something here. After Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 to thank people who had supported them and spread their message, the battalion defended the city of Mariupol in the early days of the Russian-Ukraine war. So this guy, Ruth, was a big supporter of Ukraine. He actually, I read today too, I saw a video today that he actually went to Ukraine and he fought there. Allegedly, he fought with the Ukrainians to stop the Russians. I'm surprised he made it out and he's still alive. And he came home and he tried to kill the guy who just said he's going to end the war. Huh. Well, I guess his stance is that and this is a guy who's on X been writing all over the place, the remarks about Donald Trump. He allegedly voted for Trump early on, and then he voted for Biden, and now he was clearly not in favor of Trump, and now he's not voting for anyone because he's a fucking felon. So he can suck nuts. Um, and here's the thing about the story. It's really sad and it bothers me because nobody gives a fuck. So sorry for the foul language today. I got the glasses on, so so I'm just nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit that this guy, former president, was almost killed again. This is like people are just like, oh man, that's crazy. Most people are just like, yeah, man, isn't that insane? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We live in crazy times, dude. These are just some wild times. Almost killed the president. It's crazy. Crazy. Guys, let's put on the thinking caps once again. This episode's called The Thinking Cap. No matter who it is on either side of the aisle, if a political opponent gets somebody who's running for office, the highest office in the land, and we are a month out basically from elections, November 5th, and there's attempted assassinations on it to take his life. Do you not understand what that leads to? This is what revolutions are made of. If it doesn't matter who it is, Trump, Kamala, Biden, doesn't matter. If people are getting freaking shot at, this is not good. That means things are falling apart. Has anybody ever read a fucking history book? What happened after the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand? World War One. Like, dude, you can't kill politicians. This is not a good look. This is not a good look. This is how wars begin. This is how countries fall apart. Because now we can't have safe elections and safe transfers of power. When a guy dies, if he dies and gets shot at, and the distrust levels at an all-time high, we know that the CIA has some involvement in the assassination of President Kennedy. We know they have some involvement in the assassination of Bobby Kennedy. Anybody who's shooting at fucking presidents is not a regular dude. I guarantee across the board, they all have some sort of involvement with some sort of higher ups as well, okay? That are on another side of the aisle and they don't like their opponent and they want more power, so they send out people or they send out fucking hits. They do it in the mafia. People do it all over the world. Why do you think politicians are exempt to this? Nah, politicians? Why would they want to kill their opponents? Why would they want to do that? That's wrong. Guys, let's get a grip here, all right? So this guy loves Ukraine. He's a weird-looking dude. It wasn't in the BlackRock thing though. According to 2023 reporting in the New York Times, Ruth had traveled to Ukraine and attempted to insert himself into the affairs of Ukraine International Legion. That's pretty funny. Because Ruth appears in the video designed to raise money for the Azov Battalion and not a commercial made for BlackRock, we rate the claim as false. Well, thank you very much, Snopes. I hope you are right. That's pretty funny though. Like, imagine, like, the war broke out and he just got on a plane. He was like, I gotta get there now and I gotta do what I can. And then imagine like you're a Ukrainian soldier like fighting for your fucking life, and this guy with the American flag like tied around his neck wearing it as a cape, just runs onto the battlefield with no gun, just jumps in the dirt next to you. And he's like, all right, I'm here. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got a gun for me? And it's just like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? Dude, get the hell out of here. You have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. This thing needs to end before it gets any worse. This war needs to end before it gets any worse. I don't get how people are dying. Like, a lot of people are dying, way much more than what's reported, and we don't even hear about it anymore. And like, that's the thing about us. The war begins in 2022. It's all hoorah, gotta help Ukraine, blah 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 blah. And as the years go on, we start to figure out the truth of the situation. The truth is that we might be bullying a little bit, to be honest. If you were, let me try to cook up an example here. Let's see. All right. This might suck ass, honestly. If you were a bully, right? You yourself were a bully, and you've bullied some kids in the past, but then you stopped being a bully, and you kind of like chilled for a while, like a very long time, like that you were a bully in 6th grade. Now you're in, freshman year of high school, and you're like, you know what? I gotta chill, whatever. Let's just figure this out. Let me figure myself out. All right, let me figure myself out. Okay. Internally, things at home might not be so good. You might be a bad kid. You might be messing around a little bit here and there, but you stop bullying. Okay. All the people that you bullied are now teaming up, and they're bullying you. That's exactly what's going on here between Russia and NATO. We are NATO is approaching, and the U.S. specifically, with its NATO allies, are approaching Russia very slowly. And all Putin is saying is, hey, man, what's going on here? Because you guys keep approaching, trying to push into Ukraine. We made an agreement with Russia that we would not try to take a bunch of their former satellite countries. Like, Ukraine used to be a part of the Soviet Union, Poland, all these other countries. So we made a deal, and we're breaking the promise that we made. Ukraine has a lot of great natural resources, minerals, things that we need for the green revolution that we want, and this whole energy thing that we're trying to do here in this country. So of course we're trying to get in there because we want the fucking shit that's there. So it's like it's the bully reference is like the best I could do right now. But like, imagine Russia starts putting troops and arms supplies on the border, like, with Mexico. That's what we've been doing in Ukraine for quite some time now. We were in there in 2014 during the Obama administration. People just seem to forget about that. So I'm gonna get shot. So this is what we have to realize, that, and the facts are that Putin's willing to make an agreement to end this war, and for us to get the hell out of there. Leave the region alone. Not that he's trying to occupy it. He's going to let Ukraine be Ukraine, hopefully. But he has let Ukraine be Ukraine for a very long time now. And we can't forget all about all the corruption. Ukraine was one of the most, if not the most corrupt country in Europe before all this. So, and we have a hand in everything now. This is just another play by the military-industrial complex having a hand in regime change where we don't need to be, because war makes money, and there's stuff there that can make this country money. We got to get the fuck out of there. He's willing to make a deal, some sort of deal. Leave everything alone. Get the troops out. The war can end and people can stop dying. There's so much evil in this world. People are dying out there in these wars that don't need to be fought. It's 2024. Like, I think we've kind of almost figured it out by now. Like, war is bad. War is very bad. World War One and World War Two had like this very hoorah, like this is evil, this is bad, like this is good, this is evil. This isn't a fucking Star Wars movie anymore. This is not a fucking. This is not something to be playing around with anymore. If you think it's so black and white, you are greatly mistaken. There is evil everywhere on both sides, and there's people just stuffing their money with stuffing their pockets with dollar bills, baby. Somebody wants a jacuzzi. All right? Somebody's installing a new swimming pool in their backyard, and they want a jacuzzi connected to it so they can do late night sex with their wife in the jacuzzi with all the money that they're making from the war. Because like how many times, like you got to think for everybody, man. Put on the thinking cap, not a tinfoil cap, thinking cap. If you are owner of Lockheed Martin, which is a company that makes weapons, what are you in the business of doing? Manufacturing and selling weapons. How do you sell weapons? In times of war. Okay. What if there's no wars? Then you're not making any money. Okay. What if you're not making any money? Then you're poor. Okay. No jacuzzi, no pool, no jacuzzi connected to the pool. Okay, what does that mean? We need war. Okay, how do we do that? Insert ourselves mysteriously in places that we don't need to be. Okay. How long have we been doing this for? Since like the 70s, the 60s, 50s. Since the CIA's been around, we've been doing this. That is what's going on. So, on November 5th, you got to pick the person that's not playing ball with these companies. One person's playing ball, okay? And it's very obvious who plays ball and who doesn't. Because the people that don't play ball, they get outed very easily. Tulsi Gabbard, she was the governor representative from Hawaii, one of the most historically blue states of all time. It's fucking Hawaii. Everybody knows it's a blue state. She's a lifelong Democrat, and she just left the party because they wouldn't let her do anything or have a voice, and they attacked her viciously for the opinions that she had on these wars, on these never-ending wars. And she said, "Oh my goodness, like this is not the party I remember it to be anymore." Like it's done on both sides, but I'm just giving the example of her because it's very recent. Now she's an independent. She had to leave because she's like, "What is this? Like I'm getting attacked because I think war is bad and we can end this war, but we're not doing it. And because I'm not towing the party narrative." This is a very dangerous time to be alive, man. Because here's a woman, a lifelong Democrat, and she had to leave. Because it's like, what the fuck are we doing? RFK Jr., another one. He's a Kennedy. Like, the Democrats through and through, his whole life. They wouldn't even let him run for president, even though he's widely popular. They did whatever they could to shame his name because he has, but his battle's different. His battle is the pharmaceutical companies and the health of this country, which is another whole thing to get into. It just blows my mind that like people are still so like they're all bad people. Like, dude, everybody's like at some point you got to be like, why? At some point, like, oh, everybody thinks they're bad. Like every single news outlet talks shit about these people, says they're no good, this, that, and the other. Like, just look into it for yourself. Like, these are lifelong Democrats who are speaking out, and they're like, the moment they say something that the party doesn't like, they get outed and they get called vicious names like conspiracy theorists, names that can damage their reputation as public servants. Very good public servants, too. Some of the best of recent times. Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. What RFK did environmentally is amazing. Like, I love him for that because some of the environment things are very, very important. But that's neither here nor there. So, this November, you just gotta gather all the right information you can. You gotta be able to really think for yourself and just follow the money, man. This is what it's all about. And as far as I'm concerned, there's one person that says what she's told to say, and there's another person that says what is really going on. Like what everybody knows is going on, but there's so much cognitive dissonance towards it that it's just been like people are losing their minds. Very evil times we're living in. More political than usual on this one, but it's necessary in this time, and very necessary in this time. There's nothing else really to it. You got to be able to make the right decisions for yourself. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube flags me for some of the things that I say. That's the other thing too. Like, people are worried about what they have to say online. Not that they're really worried, but yo, you're gonna flag me for saying things that may or may not be true, but are basically kind of true. That's just an impeachment on free speech. You just hello, First Amendment. I can say what I want. I can talk shit about who I want. And if you want to snipe me, snipe me. Snipe me, almighty sniper! Right. NFL Week 2 was quite the interesting. It's quite the segue. NFL Week 2 was quite good. I think Roger Goodell pushed the button. Hear me out. Roger Goodell, everybody knows he's the robot. Everybody knows Goodellbot. He's got a hand in everything. Goodell pushed the button, and people were dropping like flies. Let me tell you how many people were freaking injured on NFL Week 2 on Sunday. Check this out. Isaiah Pacheco. What did he have? Isaiah Pacheco left in a walking boot. I think he fractured his fibia. Bad news. Chiefs signed Kareem Hunt. Okay. Cooper Kupp out for an extended period, several weeks, 8 weeks. Fucking broke his leg, something. They say it's unclear. He's toast. All right. Justin Fields is fine. All right. Tua Tagovailoa. This poor guy needs to freaking retire, man. If he cares about his health, you know what? This is the third time that he's got concussed real bad. So he was running for the first down. He had the first down by a lot. He passed the first down marker, and he just kept running. And he ironically ran right into DeMar Hamlin. And this is why I say Goodell pushes the button. Because what are the freaking odds of that? I mean, Hamlin plays on the defense, whatever. He's out there. Does play in the secondary. That's where Tua was running into. But it's just crazy that Hamlin makes that tackle. Tua just dives head first into his chest and bends his freaking head and hits his head. Tua hits the turf, and he's doing what's called the fencing move. He has his arm extended, hands curled, legs extended, and he's reaching out, and he's croaking on the field in real time. And Tyreek Hill is sitting there looking at him well, there goes this season, basically. Now he's out for 3 weeks, but dude, Tua, man. Dude, I feel so bad, but first of all, you looked like hot ass that game, man. You looked like hot butt cheeks. And he looked so scared. And that's why I don't think he realized he had the first down, because he's so nervous that he doesn't know where the marker is. He's forgetting where the marker is. Bro, fucking slide, dude. This is your third time this is happening to you. You had two terrible concussions back in the day. Dude, you got to slide, man. So Tua is gone. Guy's freaking toast, dude. What else is going on? Who else got hurt? I'm telling you, heads were falling. Heads were freaking falling. Who else fell? I know some more people fell. Justin Jefferson, freaking contusion on the leg. Amon-Ra St. Brown, contusion on the leg. Um, Bunch of other people. I thought this article had more, honestly. But week 2 was good, man. The NFL, it's hard to know actually who's good and who isn't at the moment, really. I'll tell you who's fucking good though. Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals are Super Bowl contenders. They're gonna win again next week. I think they're playing. Arizona's playing Detroit. This is a huge game for the Redbirds because look, dude, they absolutely dismantled the Rams. Marvin Harrison had 3 catches for 130 yards and 2 tutties. He had 130 yards in like this, at the end of the first, like some shit, like something insane, dude. Marv is absolutely insane. Kyler Murray's absolutely insane. Greg Dortch is absolutely insane. Um, McBride is absolutely insane. Gannon is absolutely insane. The defense looked good, and that's the thing. I think we can score with whoever, you know. Um, Cowboys, dude. Cowboys got dismantled by the Saints on Sunday. Saints scored like 41. They scored like 90 something, 90 plus points in the first 2 games of the season. Not everyone's quick to call them the best team right now, but you have to. I'm sitting here. I'm like, dude, the Saints look incredible. I mean, they just ruined the Cowboys. They made them look stupid. Um, that's a lot of points to be scoring. And the thing about the Saints too is like people never really like. You look at Derek Carr. I've always hated Derek Carr. I think his head looks stupid in the helmet. But like when you're playing that well and you're scoring that many points and you're making teams look fucking silly, you gotta like chalk it up and be like, all right, dude, like this team actually like they did always have the pieces. They got Olave. They've always had a great defense. Excuse me. They got a QB in Derek Carr who's like can do fine. You know what I mean? Like he can get you there. He can get you to the playoffs. Carr. Do I ever think he's gonna hold the Lombardi Trophy? No, honestly, I don't think he is. They got Kamara. They always have all these pieces, very like flashy pieces. They're the Saints, but also, yeah, they're the Saints. They might just keep being the Saints, and they might just bomb the rest of the season. They might start off 5-0 and then bomb the rest of the season. The Redbirds, on the other hand, like I remember that 11-0 season with Cliff, his first year, and it was like, dude, this team is the best team ever to exist. And then we just like lost out the rest of the year and just made the wild card, and then got beat by the Rams, who went on to win the Super Bowl that year, I think. So NFL Week 2, Goodell's pushing the buttons on the injuries. He just sits there. Goodell sits there on his couch on Sunday. He doesn't put on Red Zone. He just has like one like massive screen that's like the whole wall, like a projector. And he just sits there, doesn't eat anything. He actually sits upright, and he still wears a suit for some reason. And he just sits there, and he's like this, perfectly sitting in his chair. And he just has several buttons in front of him. None of them are labeled. They're just like different colored buttons. But he knows what they are because he's the fucking robot. And when he watches the game, he just presses the button, and then people start getting hurt, dude, because it's a script. Everybody knows the NFL is scripted. That's what happened to the poor Eagles on Monday Night Football last night. The Eagles absolutely fell apart in the last 90 seconds of the game. Some shit. Saquon had a first down. They could have just, I don't know, ran the ball. They should have just ran the ball with Saquon for 3 yards, dude. But here comes Sirianni being the wizard, outsmarting everybody. I mean, I've always liked Sirianni. I don't want to be hard on Sirianni because at the end of the day, he kind of did make a good call. Like, the play was there. Saquon was wide open. He had the first down. He just had to catch the ball. Jalen threw a good ball. It hit Saquon right in the hands, and he just took his eyes off the ball and it just stumped his hands. So, um, hold on one second. Let me get up over here. Joey D, my brother, has been texting me, yo, every day. And I say, yo, and then he just doesn't answer me. I'm going to call him. I'm going to get him on the show right now. I'm going to put him on the spot.
Your call has been forwarded.
Whoa. Whoa. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Joey D told me go buy organic dates and put some peanut butter in the middle and enjoy. Go that's he's in bed right now and he told me to go buy dates and put peanut butter in the middle of it and enjoy. He doesn't ask me, "Hey dude, how you doing?" He said he's in bed about to sleep. All right, whatever. That's an hour today. Um get out and vote in November. Use your freaking brain. I mean, let's not be ridiculous here. Do you like war? Do you like when people die? I don't like when people die. Do you like the threat of nukes being dropped on your freaking head? No, I don't like the idea of nukes drop being on my head. Am I a little bit of like an apocalypse junkie? Kind of. I'm an apocalypse junkie. Like I sit around, I'm like zombie apocalypse would be pretty sick. Maybe like a nuke, a little nuke, just a little nuke, like a little pocket nuke. Boom. Oh no. And like I'm far away enough from it where I can like figure it out. But then I sit here and I'm like, wait, holy shit, I have nothing. I have a shotgun with no ammo. That's all I have. And I have a metal bat. I have no bottled water. I have nothing. I'm fucking useless. So, if there was some sort of apocalypse, all I can do is grab this camera and just do some Cloverfield shit. I would literally just film the whole thing and I would just be my version of Cloverfield. Just like turn the camera once in a while and be like, I'm so scared. What's going on? And that's basically it. So, Cloverfield, Tuesday night. I gotta edit this shit now. Good night, everybody.